Hello, my name is Mordred Viking and I would like to welcome you to episode 19 of this Let's Play European Universalis 4 with the Cossacks DLC as the custom nation of Stormwind. As we left it at the end of the last episode, we were still involved in a rather large war. As you can see from this screen, everything in green is on our side, so it's obviously the nations of Stormwind and our vassal. Aragon, who joined a bit later, Picardy, these guys down here, that's Aragon, and Savoy, versus Brittany, Gascogne, Burgundy, and the Netherlands, and Liège. The Picardy is fighting to conquer Nevers, which is there, and the Brittany is fighting for Anjou, which is there. So that's basically the target. So we need to unsiege Anjou at some point, and we need to take Nevers in order to start getting the ticking war score. At this point, I think we are numerically ahead. We do have a large army down here and our own military down here, and we've basically given them quite a bloody nose. However, we are starting to get some rebel problems, which is most likely due to a high war exhaustion. It's not particularly high. Another little note, I'm hoping the sound quality is improved in this. I discovered I was actually recording through my webcam rather than the headset I've been wearing all along. So I'm hoping that will result in less clicking, less clacking of the keyboard and stuff like that. Plus I have a new mouse for Christmas, hooray, which is a lot quieter. And also, of course, Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you very much for watching. Right, let's jump in. We are still down here trying to get the siege of Liguria, which is Liguria, also known as Genoa. We just need to keep an eye on which forces are moving around here. Aragon has at last managed to get through the Pyrenees. Roussillon has pieced out, but they can still get through this area, except they can't because there's two forts there. So I'm hoping they have military access through those guys now. And just no, they can't take it anyway. They don't have enough men. So I think I definitely need to keep an eye out because I noticed there was a retreating fleet sailing around this coast here, which means that whoever has a fleet down here has just beaten us somewhere. Where's my heavies? There, they're blockading. Okay, excellent. So we just need that siege there to end. I have another 15,000 men on the way. We have 16 there. Yeah, we have those guys who I could actually board onto our cogs and then send them around. Oh, of course, yes. Burgundy still has a fairly significant fleet, I think. And I am in fact dropping troops off here, so we have quite a lot more men than I had initially remembered. We can use these guys actually to... We have to take Paris back before we can actually move anywhere. Quite like to take Calais, except we can't because of Paris. Great. We'll leave those guys there just for the moment to finish that siege. In fact, we'll go in here, see if we can support those guys just by moving into Picardy and then north. Can we? We have won the marches, good. So our guys can go through there, but we can't for some reason. It has been mentioned that the forts seem to be a little messed up in this patch. Oh, we're easily beating them. Okay, good. They have 23,000 men on the way though, so we need to get marching as soon as is possible. Anjou is a fort, so that'll block Maine and Orléans. Paris is a fort. Yeah, there's not much we can do about it, unfortunately. Did we? No, we didn't stack wipe them. We could. No, we can't. I was going to say we could begin the offensive on the Netherlands, but it doesn't look like we can. Okay, Liguria is done. We still hold Cluny, which... Let's go and hold that. These guys are marching north. If they manage to link up, then that would be very bad for us, so we're going to follow them actually. We're going to, yeah, we'll stick to the hills. There's mountains over there. We'll go that way. I really need to get these sieges. Can we start going to Anjou? No, we can't. I wonder if we land in Normandy, if we can then march through Maine to Anjou, and in fact we could start hitting Brittany, which would be nice, because they are the war leader. Yes, that is an excellent idea. At this point we're just kind of throwing men at them. Our allies managed to engage them there. We'll throw these guys into the fight in Chalet. Come on, show me the fight. Okay, so we are defending. Excellent. Although it is only farmland and there's no river crossing, so it doesn't really matter. What about this one? We are attacking into nothing, so no penalties. And Normandy has arrived. Let's send them to Nantes. Got people going to Anjou. We'll get you guys on board the ship. We'll send you to Normandy too. And we'll put you in Amour. Okay, we want to fight in Lyonesse. When do you arrive? 4th of July. Probably not in time. No, unfortunately not. Will we cross a river going there? We'll cross a river, yes. And they do seem to be on full strength, so we'll hold here. If they decide to go into Bourgogne, then we will march and support. We won the fight. One of the changes in the recent patch is when you win a battle, you actually get a chunk of morale back, so you can't just be insta-killed. These guys seem to be running... Oh, they're going north, okay. We'll march in support. We now have these guys doing those sieges, which is excellent. Cardinal's policies upset nobles. So you'll remember that we actually made the Cardinal into a minister last time. And these are the events that you get as a consequence to that. So we can get rid of him. However, we lose the Cardinal entirely, or we get increased national unrest and 17 regiments in Leinster. So we'll lose the Cardinal. So that's why you can see it's a bad event to make him a minister with. It's like a very short-term bonus and then quite hefty penalties after that, so not really worth it, I would say. Much better to just take the prestige. Okay, these... Ooh. Can we support? Yes, we can. Amour is ours. Where are they marching? They're going to Maine. Can we intercept 7th of August, 13th of August? No, but we can go and... Oh no, we want to sit there actually. These 16,000 are on their way. They're probably trying to get to Paris, aren't they? Okay, so we can lose 10 Republican tradition, which brings us down to 57, which would not be great. So we'd need to regenerate 3 in the next time for an election. Next election is in February. It's less than 3 years, so no, we will have to take the stability hit, unfortunately. So I might see if I can build up the papacy to such a level where we can get the free stability. Picardy has made peace with Burgundy, so that's one of our enemies out. Picardy owes us 20 favours. This is part of the diplomatic system, so because we helped them out really quite a lot. In fact, we probably carried the bulk of that war. They owe us a lot. And in this one, we have contributed 32%. Aragon's done a fair chunk. Picardy's done a fair chunk, and then Aragonese, Patria and Northumbria have done nothing. Has that somehow been fixed? Because you'll remember the flags were broken last time. Oh no, they seem to be working now. I don't remember there being a patch though. How odd. Must have just been a momentary glitch. What are you? You are a heavy. Please join the heavies then. Whoa, they have 30,000 men in the Netherlands. That is not good. March these guys over there and support. Brittany is as good as dead at this point. Soon as we retake Anjou, they have no troops over on this side. Aragon is pouring in over here. We've got 17,000 coming in to support. They do have a large stack, but I don't think they'll be posing much of a threat. We are still losing a ton of cash though, which is always unfortunate. Can we march into Fiesta? No, we can't. Okay. There's a fight going on here. Burgundy, Gascogne versus Namur. Who are they at war with? Oh, that's probably where they peaced out. Interesting. So you're at war with Namur. Who's Namur? Don't know. Picardy has accepted peace with Liège. Liège was the tiny little state right there. For war reparations. And they're annulling treaties with Brittany and the Netherlands, which is great. It's weakening the Netherlands. Anything which weakens the Netherlands is a good thing for us. We are still at war with Brittany and the Netherlands. They have 25,000, 26,000 men attacking Calais. Oh, now, unfortunately, Aragon was in Liège when the peace deal was signed, so they are now exiled. That's what the black flag means. That means they have to march all the way back to Aragon before that exile ends, and then they can march all the way back into the fight. So they'll be out of it for a while. So I might withdraw slightly, just so I can support these guys if that 26 stack does decide to move. I'm just going to get rid of these mercenaries, they've not done anything. Okay, rebels. Right, we don't really have any problems. This siege is very nearly over. Still have you. Can we get that? No. What I'd very much like to do is get a couple of troops on Finisterre and then just send the rest of my army up here to fight the Dutch. I think that would be very much in our favour. Okay, we have another heavy. You'll remember that we lost a bunch of heavies last episode, where we fought some fairly bitter battles, but it did mean that we can basically start replacing these early Cossacks that we have with more modern regular Cossacks, which is good. Oh yeah, and we did hover over here, but not for very long. We started concentrating more on the colonies over here, because we want to create the colonial nation in this island, basically, and that will require 5 provinces fully colonized, as that will give us the Treaty of Tort something or other. I always forget. It's definitely not tortillas. Tortillas, something like that. Which basically means that we get the primary claim to that area. Come on, 42%. Finish that siege. Oh, interesting. I wish I'd been watching that. Aragon did make it back. They are now attacking the Dutch. We're going to jump into this fight, which we won. Well done, people. We're going to give chase and we're going to start sieging Hengerhouen. Is that really what it's called? Yep. Renew war taxes. Do we really want to do this anymore? I'm not sure that we do. I mean, yes, we are still losing a bunch of cash, and this will mean that we lose more. But I don't really want to spend the war power. Nah. Okay, nobles have been allying with a foreign power. Now this is a permanent 5 loyalty gain for 15 prestige, which I think is actually a fairly decent trade-off. We want these permanent increases. Likewise, that's a permanent decrease, so for 15 prestige, fine, I'll accept that. Come on, 42. That's recycled again, hasn't it? Unfortunately, we can't reach the stack there because there's a castle here and here, which is blocking these provinces here off. And the reason we're standing on Amur is because there is a fort in Finisterre, so if we left it, it would start recapturing. Can we get to there? No, okay. Oh, come on. The siege is taking forever. Those guys are going for Calais again. Okay, so this event is because of war exhaustion. It's only 2.9. It's not the highest I've ever seen it by a long way. But this is basically, we need to do things to reduce the effects of this war exhaustion on our people. So we can lose a chunk of tax modifier, we can lose national manpower, we can increase unrest. I probably don't want to increase unrest. Though it's only Kent that's actually upset. Is that true? I think it's autonomy that shows it. Unrest. See, it's minus 91.4% unrest. How? I mean, that's amazing, but how? Oh, recent uprising, minus 100. That used to only be 20. That's changed. Interesting. I don't think I want to take the unrest. Manpower modifier. Could do. We are going to have to recover after this war, or tax. We have taken some loans out, which I'd like to repay. Only 3, it's not too bad. And I'd like to get some more buildings up, so we'll take the manpower. Leave that fight and rejoin this one. Go, go, go. If we get in the fight, then we actually get some of the prestige and army tradition. So we have won the siege of Nantes, we won that fight. We'll march back and support them. Nantes was that one, so we can now go into Finiester and Morrigan. Let's do that in a more clever way. And this Anjou still hasn't fallen. Gosh. Constance has entered a military alliance with the Netherlands. Finally, we've won Anjou. So we can march these guys up here to support, although I don't really need them anymore. Nah, we'll keep them. Yeah, we're about to get another loan anyway. Umming and ahhing about that. And merge these guys together again. They have 9 infantry, 6 artillery, that's fine. We have taken Morriban now because we do have people on Finiester. We're just going to take it. And because it's only a level 1 location, we can leave just 3,000 men there. So we'll march the other 15,000 that we've just basically got from, or freed up. We're actually going to disband these guys, I don't need them. Aragon's got a huge army over here. I don't particularly want to pay for this war anymore. So we'll start cutting our costs. Okay, Cardinal Minister. So this is the event that we just got, which was absolutely horrible. So we're not going to take it, we're just going to take the prestige, which has partially repaid some of the prestige that we lost when the nobility needed their loyalty increased. 20,000 men, where are they going? Oh, they're going to try and sneak around us. Oh, interesting. Oh no, they are going to attack my 9,000 men there. We'll disband, we'll wait until they are locked. We will now go and reinforce. That gives us 19,000, plus Aragon's jumped in, so we're massively overwhelming numbers here. We have artillery in the back line, so do they. They actually have more artillery. That's fine, we're slaughtering them. Easy victory for us, we killed all of their cavalry. Good. And we can march back here. And whoop. So the more damage we do to them, obviously their manpower will suffer, but not just that. If they have mercenaries and stuff, that's going to be costing them even more money. So the more damage we do to them, the better. And Henachauern is about to fall. I wonder what that place used to be called. It's Wallonian. Maybe it was Flemish, so it had a different name. It's in the Wallonian area, Low Countries region. Nope, don't know. They are trying to sneak around us again, maybe to go after that 13 stack. They really are quite desperate at this point. We'll once again detach. You will arrive on the 2nd of April, you will leave on the 1st. You are going to Monday. Ah, so we've managed to cut their army in half here. I'll probably actually kill this whole unit, I reckon. And we're about to absolutely hand it to them over there. We didn't, but they really don't have many men left. So we really need to take Henachauern. They're going to try again with that little morale? No, apparently not. Good, because that would be very silly. Okay, so we could go up in diplomatic tech, which would be good because this will put us ahead of time, which gives us the 20% extra trade efficiency, plus the 5% from that. Do it. How many years ahead are we? 5 years. Sweet. So 5 years or 20% extra trade. I approve of this. We have one Finiester, so Brittany is now completely besieged. I'm going to move my heavies down here because we are about to intercept the Brittany fleet. We'll disband these 3, I don't need them anymore. So if Picardy wanted to take something out of that area, they could. Will our ships arrive? Did they arrive? Yeah, they arrived. Good. We completely sank their fleet. We lost one light, but it's not one of mine, so I don't really care. That's just even more war score, so yeah, see, we're up to 44 now. They're both on low. Basically, Picardy's just waiting to see how much damage they can do to the Netherlands, and there we go. So, Brittany will renounce their claims on Normandy, Maine, Anjou, and Orleans. Brittany will be forced to give 10% of their income. Is that all you're taking? Oh, annul treaties with the Netherlands, so again, isolating the Netherlands. Didn't do anything to the Dutch, though. 14 favours. So, Picardy, you owe us a lot. Yeah, 60 favours. So they'll basically join every single war that we get ourselves into at this point. Anyway, we can now get rid of all the mercenaries that we have and start rebuilding our regular armies. We still have 16,000 men, which is more than enough to deal with any rebels that appear. We're going to start making some healthy money once more. I'd say things are pretty good. Now I just need to ship everyone home. Because we're no longer allied in a war, we don't get the ability to dock here unless we actually took fleet basing rights, which I don't really think is necessary at this point. Another heavy. Oh, speaking of which, the heavies can come back and dock. I'm actually going to start putting the heavies in Essex because we do have a shipyard here, which means they'll get repaired more quickly. Group them together, we're back up to our former strength of 7, plus of course they are the improved ships. This should save us a chunk more money, yes. Them. Dock here. That's the last of the men, or yeah, I think. Okay, so nobles are concerned because we've been taking the plutocratic ideas, I guess. So we could lose 10% morale for 10 years and gain permanent 5 loyalty, or lose a stability and 5 loyalty. We'll make some concessions. This has actually stuck us above the 60%, so we get bigger bonuses, which is nice. Gauze has religious civil disorder. We should have a look at the religious map mode actually, I bet it's quite interesting. I'm going to put my cogs in Gloucestershire. So Gloucestershire is our transport hub. Essex will be our war hub. At least until we get these places from Northumbria. Be quite nice having a bit of a naval manufacturing area. Or maybe I'll do it in the Irish Sea, so everything touching the Irish Sea will be shipyards and military manufacturing, just so I kind of keep everything concentrated. And the reason for that, it's quite a good reason, is if you're being blockaded and you've lost your navy, which does sometimes happen unfortunately, if you have all of your ship builders concentrated in one area, then you can pop out all the ships at once, because otherwise you have to move them around, and if you're blockaded you can never unify your navy, so you'll just keep on losing the little skirmishes. Well, if you're building all your ships in one concentrated area, you pop them out of the port at the same time, and then you instantly get that unified fleet fighting against whatever was blockading you. Right, I think army maintenance can probably come down. Definitely need to rebuild my forces rather a lot. We're at half of our force limits right now. And we have no manpower, but we don't have any armies outstanding. So we are at full strength. So I'm going to reduce our army maintenance while it's safe because of the rebellions. We do have several loans, but they won't take too long to pay off. And the interest is still very, very low. We have several free, just as the war ended, diplomats, so we could get another alliance with Wales. I'm not going to do that, but I will improve our relations with them, as that is won't make that much difference. The aggressive expansion's too high. Okay, so we cannot keep this same guy. Republican tradition's just too low to do that, unfortunately. Oh, he's a guy I re-elected anyway. That's fine. So we are far behind in admin points, as is almost always the case. So we will get admin. The idea is we still have outstanding on military, so maybe we should have gone military there. We could also make our focus military, so then we're getting admin and military, rather than admin and diplo. I think that's actually an excellent idea. I'll do that. And I can repay a loan. Please do so. That would be lovely. Bump up our speed now that we're not at war anymore. We need to start looking at who we want to make friends with again. So these guys have improved relations very low. We'll just bump that up just to be sure. Aragon will want an alliance with us now. This is excellent. So how many? We have 3 or 4 because we don't have the alliance with Wales. So basically instead of Wales we are now allying with Aragon, which means Picardy, Aragon and Sweden. We have some very, very strong allies. We are playing a very strong diplomatic game right now, actually. It's good. Very coastal, lots of ships. Well, Picardy isn't, but they have a large army and Aragon's just rich. Picardy are getting rebels, which is unfortunate, but I don't think I'm going to spend the manpower to help them out. They're on their own for that. So we can increase our attack or our defense for 10 years. We're not really ever going to be on the defensive, I don't think, unless our fleet loses dramatically, so we will go on the offensive. Move these ships to Essex. Mothball. Combine. How many more ships do we have to build? None. That was all of them. Okay, cool. So those ships were the free ones from the Burkers, so we will recall the Welsh guy. Oh, our relations are high, but I'll improve them a bit more. Alecchio is no longer rivaling... Oh yes, they are. Never mind. Natives in Garnitak. Garnitak's the small colony. Oh well. Okay, are there any claims I could make anyone? Garnitak lost 180 people or so. So we could knock the Pope out. He's allied with Utrecht, who would be... They should be over here. Kent is now the seat of a cardinal. Sweet. Where is Utrecht? There. Utrecht is now in Munster, apparently, even though Utrecht province is right there. That's a tiny ally. That's pointless almost. So I'm going to start making a claim on these guys. This will kick the Pope out of our country, which is something we weren't really sure we wanted to do. But I want the trade power. It's as simple as that. We want to remain competitive against the Dutch. So we could take the next military idea. No, I'm going to hold out for the military technology so we retain parity. Now that we're focusing on military tech, we should be gaining a bit more. Ooh, Jutland's being beaten up by someone. You're at war with a lot of people, including Sweden. And Marienburg. Yeah, that's not a good war to be in. Just out of interest at this point, I'll leave things running. Who's the richest? I bet I'm up there. Second. See, trade. And if you hover over the income, you can actually see how that breaks down. So our trade accounts for 17, 16 combined taxation and production, so more than 50%. They are making the most money out of taxation and production. Guangdong, so that will be China, I guess. So that's basically what the Ming usually are. So of the European powers, we are the wealthiest. Aragon is second, and then there's a bit of a break, really. Okay, military strength. Probably not faring quite as well here. North Bengal area name. Wow, that's original. Okay, we're way down here. We only have 17,000, but if we built all of our armies, we would actually be second. Well, lots of people don't have their full force limits yet. Navies. Third. Yugoslavia, unsurprising, having all of this land, and they probably have lots of galleys. Yep. Wow, they're way over their force limit. That's going to be costing them a bit. Guangdong, again, lots of galleys. Venetia, galleys. But we have the heavies. We probably have the most heavies, yeah. Us and Aragon, and we're allied. That's really painful for anyone who attacks us. Even if they swamped us with galleys. Okay, so renewed that. Gwynedd was discovered, which means that the claim will take twice as long to discover, unfortunately. Okay, and we can get the we can get the admin idea, which we are going to go ahead and do. We might actually switch the admin republic here. Let's compare the two when we get it. So So clicking on this button allows us to change. It will cost us 100 admin, which we don't currently have. Less separation would be nice. Autonomy decrease, that's very, very nice actually. And extra production efficiency instead of tax, and stability. Stability I've hardly used. And production, well, production accounts for almost none of my income. I wonder if it says the percentage. No. So yeah, I probably will make that change to the administrative republic. Anyway, I'm afraid that is it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Oh, Jutland did lose. Lubeck's grown. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this, please do like and subscribe. It really does make a difference to the channel. It's growing quite nicely, and please, I'd like to continue doing that. It'd be great. If you have any tips or advice, leave a comment. I will get back to you after having read them. I do take them to heart. If you do have any suggestions or just ideas, or if you want to see me doing anything in the game, let me know and we'll see what we can do. I do try and keep these episodes recording one at a time. I don't do them in batches, although I'm usually kind of one episode ahead of what you will see, just because it takes so long to upload these videos, which hopefully should be resolved in a week or two. Fingers crossed. Anyway, thanks for watching. My name is Mordred Viking, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.